The internet is absolutely buzzing about this one. Picture it. Kanye West, who's no stranger to controversy, supposedly drops a bombshell in March 2025. And who's he targeting? Cassie Ventura. The accusation? That she used Sean Diddy Combs' serious legal troubles to get paid. This goes way beyond typical celebrity gossip. These are claims that could make waves in Diddy's sex trafficking trial. So, what exactly did Kanye allegedly say, and what's the real story here? Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back. The whole Sean Diddy Combs situation has been a wild ride of shocking claims, intense legal fights, and a career that's seriously on the ropes. It's the backdrop against which other events, like Kanye West's alleged interventions, have played out. We're going to look at the core issues surrounding Diddy, the claims made by his ex, Cassie Ventura, and then delve into what Kanye West allegedly said, what was going on around that time, and what it could all mean, particularly as Diddy's trial was set to keep going in June 2025. So, to really get why any commentary on this situation caused such a stir, we need a quick reminder of the legal mess surrounding Diddy. By March 2025, Diddy was already in serious legal hot water. He'd been arrested on federal sex trafficking charges back in September 2024 and was reportedly in jail in Brooklyn waiting for his trial. The accusations are heavy. They describe a supposed criminal enterprise running since at least 2004. This group is accused of tricking women into sex work, sometimes with male sex workers, often at drug-fueled parties called freak-offs. Diddy was facing 5 charges from 4 women, Cassie Ventura being one of them. He pleaded not guilty to everything, including sex trafficking and racketeering. His trial, with jury selection starting in May 2025, was already shaping up to be long and filled with some really disturbing claims and emotional moments. Prosecutors were trying to show a long history of abuse and exploitation. That's the intense situation forming the basis of this ongoing story. Cassie Ventura is a key figure in the allegations against Diddy. Back in November 2023, she hit Diddy with a massive federal lawsuit. They'd been together for about 10 years, from around 2007 to 2018. Her lawsuit laid out some really graphic claims: rape, constant physical abuse, and sex trafficking. Now, that civil suit settled super fast, literally the next day, and they kept the details private, but Cassie then became a crucial witness in Diddy's criminal trial. Her testimony in that trial, people said it was devastating. She apparently described being raped and beaten multiple times. She also talked about allegedly being forced into freak-offs with male sex workers while Diddy watched. One really disturbing story was about a bad beating in 2009, supposedly after Diddy found out she was seeing Kid Cudi. And of course, there's that 2016 hotel security video, the one showing Combs attacking Ventura in a hallway, throwing her, kicking her, dragging her. That video became a huge piece of evidence. While testifying, Cassie reportedly mentioned getting a $20 million settlement from Diddy after her 2023 civil suit, and also a $10 million settlement from Intercontinental Hotels over that 2016 assault. When Diddy's lawyers hinted she was just after money, Cassie reportedly broke down, saying she'd give back the $20 million if it meant she never had to go through the freak-offs, really showing how much she felt she'd lost control of her life and how hard it's been to move on. So picture this already tense situation surrounding Diddy, and then Kanye West reportedly starts lobbing his own opinions into the mix in March 2025. According to what people were saying and sharing online at the time, Ye went on X, what used to be Twitter, and posted a bunch of stuff about Diddy and Cassie. He wasn't just backing Diddy, he was straight up accusing Cassie. One of the alleged quotes that got a lot of attention was, "So Cassie ain't extort puff?" Not exactly beating around the bush, right? Then he supposedly followed up with something even more direct. Cassie came to Puff and said, "Gimme 30 million or I am a release a tell-all book. That's look like extortion to me." Naturally, these alleged posts blew up online. You had Kanye, who has a massive following, basically trying to flip the script, suggesting Cassie wasn't a victim looking for justice, but someone trying to cash in on Diddy's troubles. Some reports around March 18th and 19th, 2025, suggested these tweets were part of a bigger rant where Ye also said other controversial things, like downplaying how serious abuse is. That claim about a $30 million demand for a tell-all book? That was specific and pretty serious. making people question Cassie's motives, or at least that's how Ye painted it. Even though some of these X posts were apparently deleted later, they definitely got people talking and set things up for more from Kanye. But Kanye apparently wasn't done after those X posts. In April 2025, word got out that he went into more detail during an interview on Big Boy TV. There, Ye supposedly claimed Diddy paid Cassie around $30 million in their settlement. That $30 million number kept popping up in what Kanye was allegedly saying. Now, remember, the actual details of Cassie and Diddy's civil settlement from November 2023 were kept private. They both said they were mutually satisfied. So, Kanye throwing out a specific, unconfirmed number just stirred the pot even more. Things got even spicier when Cassie seemed to clap back at Kanye's initial X comments. She reportedly put a screenshot on her Instagram story of a tweet from Playboy Cardi aimed at Kanye that bluntly told him to be quiet. A pretty clear, if brief, message. That apparently got Kanye fired up. On March 20th, 2025, he allegedly shot back on X, reportedly telling Cassie in very strong terms to be silent and accusing her of attempting to extort Diddy. He then supposedly added a claim that Diageo Sick was behind the release of decade-old footage, suggesting it was done to make the public focus on that particular event. That Diageo mention was probably about the spirits company Diddy worked with, hinting at some kind of conspiracy theory about who released that 2016 hotel assault video. In that same heated post, Kanye reportedly made it clear where he stood. "I ride with Diddy cause that's exactly what Adidas tried to do to me." So, he's tying his support for Diddy to his own public fights with old business partners, basically saying they were both unfairly targeted. Comparing serious abuse claims to contract disagreements? Yeah, that got a lot of backlash. So, the big question is, could what Kanye allegedly said in March and April 2025 actually affect Diddy's sex trafficking trial? Strictly legally speaking, Kanye's opinions or unproven claims from social media probably wouldn't be allowed as evidence in court. It's mostly hearsay and just his personal take, but what about an indirect effect? Kanye has a huge audience. What he says, even if it's controversial, gets out to millions and can definitely sway public opinion. If his idea that Cassie is an extortionist starts to catch on, it could suddenly change the vibe around the trial. The ideas Kanye brought up, like extortion or money being the motivation, are definitely things the defense might bring up. In fact, Cassie was asked about her $20 million settlement from Diddy, with the defense suggesting she was after money. Kanye's public statements earlier on might have encouraged that kind of strategy. Now, if Kanye were ever called to testify, which is a long shot, then his statements could come directly into the courtroom. But based on what he allegedly said, it sounds more like public commentary. The prosecution would probably see Kanye's words as an effort to discredit an important witness. Then, in May 2025, after Kid Cudi testified against Diddy, Kanye reportedly chimed in again, tweeting something like, "I wish Cudi hadn't testified against Puff. We need to not be locked in white systems. Praying for Puff and his family." This not only doubled down on his support for Diddy, but also brought race into his criticism of the trial, hinting at some other agenda from Kanye's perspective. It's no surprise that Diddy's trial has pulled a lot of celebrity names into its vortex, whether they're testifying or getting mentioned in court. Kid Cudi, for instance, testified in May 2025 about his past with Cassie and alleged Diddy intimidated him, even claiming Diddy broke into his house and was behind his Porsche getting firebombed in 2011. Cudi apparently called Diddy's vibe menacing, like a Marvel supervillain. Some of Diddy's former employees have testified too, with some pretty serious accusations. The list of potential witnesses and names dropped during jury selection reportedly included other big names, showing just how wide Diddy's social and professional circles were. This whole Diddy situation, and all the public talk around it, has definitely hurt Diddy's business empire. Brands that used to love working with him have backed off, and artists who once collaborated with him are being more careful. It shows a bigger change in how these kinds of serious claims are handled publicly and by companies. Being linked to someone accused can be a big risk to your reputation, highlighting the significant industry fallout from the charges against Diddy. This whole thing is definitely complicated, and it's still unfolding. What do you make of Kanye West's alleged comments about Cassie and Diddy? Do you think what celebrities say can actually sway big legal cases? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what you think. And yes, we do read them. So, as of June 2025, Sean Diddy Combs' trial was still going, and there's clearly a lot more to come in this story. Kanye West's reported accusations back in March and April 2025 that Cassie Ventura extorted Diddy for money definitely tossed a controversial twist into an already intense and troubling situation. Whether Ye's words have a direct legal impact is up for debate, but there's no denying they can shape how people see things and get everyone talking. At the heart of it all are those very serious accusations against Diddy: sex trafficking, abuse, and racketeering, backed up by testimony from people like Cassie and evidence like that 2016 assault video. Kanye jumping in, accusing Cassie of cashing in on Diddy's problems, and his ongoing support for Diddy, like his May 2025 comments about Kid Cudi's testimony, just shows how divided people can get over these cases. It also highlights the complicated mix of loyalty, celebrity influence, and public opinion when serious accusations are on the table. Hopefully, as the trial goes on, the main thing will be the evidence and finding out what's just. But the noise from celebrities like Kanye West, that's probably going to stick around in people's minds. This story is far from over. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this breakdown helpful, give it a like and hit subscribe for more on the big stories people are talking about. We'll keep an eye on this case and share updates as they come.